Welcome back to another day in the market. I hope you guys are ready to have some fun. The overnight strategy printing yet again. I mean, I know a lot of you guys are taking advantage of that one. That one is nasty. But team, it is that time of day again. Hopefully we end up seeing a little bit more volume out of the market today. I mean, yesterday during the day, there was absolutely nothing going on. But it is that time of the morning again, team. Make sure you guys are saying good morning to somebody else in the live chat. If you guys want to say good morning to me as well, I'd love to receive some good mornings. Let's do a little bit of a roll call, see who's in here. I'll welcome all of you guys into the stream. If you guys are new, let me know. I'd love to say hi to you guys as well. And as always, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. It helps out a whole lot with the YouTube algorithms over here, team. Costs you nothing to do it. Helps me out a whole lot. Let's see what we're going to get today. We have a lot of things bouncing back to the upside. ES, the overall market over here, up about 0.5%. I am kind of interested in CrowdStrike here. This is one that we talked a little bit about yesterday on the stream. I do have some alerts on this one. It's going to be opening kind of right at these levels here. Affirm really had a nice move going into the last hour of the day yesterday. And then when the market started dying, it kind of obviously lost it. Came back down here, popping back up in the pre-market. Kava's still looking interesting. I do have an alert up here. If we end up getting back up there today, I might take a little bit of an additional shares trade on it as well. I think the shares are going to be a lot better on Kava. We've talked about that one before. Netflix is another one that I'm very interested in as well, but we're going to break those down all morning with you guys. Let's see. Who do we have in here? We got Michael Starsky, Daily Taylor. We got Dr. Bob, Squirrel, Samuel, Saeed, AJ, Wrecker Ralph, RSL. Good morning, everybody. Team, don't be a slacker on the like button. Oh, we got T-Sir. What's up, man? Thoughts on Tesla? We can take a look at it. Let me see. Where do we want to put that? We'll go over here with it. Tesla here. I mean, ideally what I want to see out of Tesla is if you look at this on the weekly, it's still trending down. That's the problem with this. So what we're seeing now on Tesla is the start of another one of those internal trend shifts, very similar to what we saw back here. If we can get a nice little bit of consolidation, especially at these levels right here, you could actually have a really nice trade setup off of that consolidation range that it could form up to, let's say, 206. That could be a really fun one there if Tesla can get that flatness and that consolidation. But obviously, I wouldn't be doing anything on Tesla right now. Let's see here. Jonathan, TK, Eddie, got your 6. Jay, good morning, everybody. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. We really don't have any data today either. We have Fed Waller speaking at 6 p.m. Eastern. So nothing during the day. Tomorrow gets big and Friday is huge too. But I mean, I got to confirm this, but like market's closed Friday, right, guys? I'm like 99% sure market's closed. So we will see. We've got another mastermind for you guys tonight. I know we stepped it up a little bit last night, went over some more complicated things. We're going to be continuing that trend there too. Let's see. Who has a YOLO play in mind? Why is that even a thought? You and your son Antonio tuned in. AJ, welcome to you guys. Let's see. Futures are closed too. Yeah, I thought it was closed. That's interesting. Market closed Good Friday. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh my God, guys. Overnight strategy is paying you guys handsomely right now. I nailed it a little bit too. I got some of that too. On the overnight strategy, it was a little fun one there. So that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of tickers here. Kava, really interested in this thing. I think this one has a lot of potential if it can get that volume coming back into it. Crowd's another one. I mean, we kind of went over them here, but Kava, Affirm, Crowd, and Netflix are kind of the ones that I'm watching the most. Let's see. Bond market's open, but closes at, 2 p.m., I think? Okay. That'll be interesting to see how bonds react to PCE on Friday. That'll give us a little bit of an indication as to, like, how the overall market's going to react on Monday, which again, guys, next Monday, we will not be streaming. I'll be traveling. But then normal schedule comes back on Tuesday. New to the live, but glad I get to see Ronald. There we go, man. There we go. Welcome, everybody. Let's see. Good morning, boy. All right. You can't call me your boyfriend. That's the one thing you can't call me. I'm nobody's boyfriend. All right. They try and it's just not happening. I'm sorry. It's leeches. No, I'm just kidding. Morning all. What's up, Mark? How you doing, man? All right. So We might have a couple of trade setups here today on ES. I mean, this thing is just starting to really get moving to the upside in the pre-market here, being up 0.5% after what we saw yesterday. I mean, I was talking to a couple of people, Ralph in particular. I was like, this type of movement yesterday off of no news just made me really want to buy calls. Because when you think about it, like, you got to think about the market from a logical perspective. Why was it selling yesterday? Like, seriously, why was it selling? This really was, in my opinion, all having to do with the options market. This was all the options market. I was seeing some things floating around on kind of where premiums were going, and what could potentially happen with the market. But again, when you start to see, guys, in the market is very different now than it was even a year ago, but more so 5 years ago, when you have all of these indexes having contracts that expire every single day. Well, you also have to account for the hedging that's going to take place on a day-to-day basis when those contracts are being bought and sold. So if one side gets overloaded, or if both sides kind of point in the same direction with the hedging, you're going to see things like this happen. But that doesn't mean that overall the market really wants to come down. Now, if it were to continue coming down, there are a couple of levels that I would look out for. I think 52, it's probably a little higher now, but it's probably around like 52.55 on ES here that I would look for a potential retrace. So that's about what, 35 points lower if it were to do that. There was massive outflow and pension funds rebalancing on that sell-off. Oh, that's interesting. You can call him the Lizard King, but I think he prefers Swing King. Yeah, I mean, that is what they call me too. I want to see how our firm does today. If this, yeah, it's at 38 in the pre-market. If we can get through this high, that 38.48 from yesterday, come up maybe potentially to here, that 39.36, we're going to be looking pretty good on this thing. The last time that I was really interested in a firm was back here. Now, this trade that I'm looking at on a firm, guys, is not the same, and it's not as high quality of a setup. You can see here, this is textbook. You get that nice consolidation, convergence into the EMAs here. You get your break, and this thing goes on a nice little 1 to 15 risk to reward monster trade. This is different. This is not the same thing. There is still a decent amount of potential on this. And yeah, it absolutely could make that type of move. Is that what I'm expecting? Not really. But I do think that there is some good opportunity in this stock here, especially if the market wants to hold. Same thing with Kava. Kava has just been a really textbook example of the stair stepping here. You can see it just converging and just slowly getting through this high here. If it can break some of these upside levels with some momentum, I mean, I'm going to take an additional like shares trade on it, I think. So we'll see what happens there. Crowd's an interesting one. It's a little bit more choppy. It's got a little bit more noise. So I'll probably size down a little bit on this one, but this one does also have a little bit of potential as well. Netflix is probably the one that I'm looking at the closest. We've had some really awesome Netflix trades over the past few months here. And if you can get, I believe this is an all-time, oh no, it's not. If you can get this break to the upside here, I mean, how far away are the all-time highs? It's not that far. I mean, it is, but that's 701. That's not that bad. All right. That would be interesting to see something like that out of Netflix. Let's see. Last night's class was great, and I will be rewatching it multiple times for intense review. Less trades, more profits. That is exactly what I want you guys focusing in on all the time. Less trades, more profits. Is Hood a buy the rumor, sell the news event, or could it go up more? I mean, you guys know kind of how I've felt on Robinhood over the past month or so. I mean, we were really starting to talk about that thing at 16, and how their business model has really turned around for the better. They're offering a lot of new products in ways that a lot of other companies are not, and you're seeing that reflected in the price when they're releasing these new products with their Robinhood credit card. Now, it is a little aggressive with the 3% cash back on everything. What is it? I think it's also like a 3% IRA match, 5% on cash reserves year over year, or 5% APR on cash reserves. So it is aggressive, and I think that's going to drive a lot of users to them. But some of those little elements that they're going to be offering are going to be loss leaders, and hopefully they're able to make the money back on some of their more flagship products or trading products that they're offering. So it'll be interesting to see, but I mean, I do really like Robinhood over the long term. I don't think they're going anywhere. Netflix has earnings coming up in about 3 weeks too. That is almost perfect timing. That's almost perfect timing to be able to start hitting it. I mean, I probably wouldn't get that much time to expiration, but we could see. We could see. All right, T, I see you guys coming in here. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. We are live every single day, 9 a.m. You guys are going to learn more here than anywhere else. College, any other streamer, any YouTube video. Yeah, we went a little long last night on the mastermind. Sorry about that, guys, but it's all important in like critical information. And as we start getting into the more complex stuff, we might. I want to make sure I'm like answering your guys' questions and things like that. Are we having class tonight? Yes. Yeah. So sorry. On Monday, I didn't know when the funeral services were going to be. So I said to you guys on Monday, we're probably going to do the mastermind tonight. But then like right after the stream, I found out when they were. So normal schedule for mastermind this week and next week. There's just not going to be a stream like this stream next Monday, but that's it. That's the only day that we're going to be missing. What did Ralph say? Hood, we will borrow your money on your card so you can gamble on 0 DTE options and then pay us interest on your stupidity. Right. I mean, it's a brilliant business model. Your brain hurt a bit from last night's class. Hey guys, I know we're going to get when we talk about this is kind of where we get to the end of more so the trading stuff. It's going to be more so like this week and some of next week when we talk about these trading concepts, and then it resets a little bit when we go back into the intro to financial concepts and things like that. But again, those things are going to be complex just in a slightly different way. But I need to make sure that you guys understand this stuff too, because when we go through the other things, it's going to make a lot more sense having covered what we've covered so far. Thanks for all the work you put in, bro. Looking forward to more. There you go, man. Ronald, thank you, buddy. Ronald's going to be a very productive member of the live chat, I think. Coming in, first day to the stream. Welcome, my man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are getting into the stuff I was looking forward to. Really enjoyed mastermind number 5. Oh, thank you, Daily Taylor. Oh yeah, just wait. I mean, most of you guys, I think the main value proposition was from the overall financial concepts, the portfolio building, reading macro and things like that. And we haven't even gotten to that yet. It's entirely possible. I know I said that it's going to be 8 to 10 weeks. It might be a lot more for you guys. So you guys are going to get way more than what you paid for. And then I still have to give everybody else that link if they want to hop in, but it's still at the lower price, so I can't really give out the link. Sorry. I need to find some time to do that. Let's see here. What do we got? What about 18 minutes to go until open? How are we looking? Affirm, screwing around. Kava. It's right there, man. It is right there. This thing was moving so strangely yesterday. You saw the volume pick up a little. I don't know. I mean, a shares trade, I think, makes way more sense on this thing. Even though the last time we traded Kava in here, this is the one issue I have with it right now. It's just extended away from the EMAs. The last time that I played Kava and made like, what, 250, 300% on it, this was almost like the Affirm trade that I was just going over with you guys. But now it's like, yeah, that's kind of why I think that's kind of why we saw that little bit of volatility, because we saw this pop. It is kind of consolidating, but it's just edging its way higher. It hasn't gotten that little bit of a pullback that it needs in order to almost refuel before that move to the upside. Now, does it necessarily need it? No, it's just something to keep in mind. Bitcoin catching some bids. Well, that's good. Nvidia not getting the same love as the rest of the market. Let's take a look at that. Shoot. Crowd is above my level. That'd be a 5-minute opening range one. Which, didn't we talk about that yesterday? Yeah. So we talked about that yesterday. That was the other thing we kind of didn't talk about either. Sometimes when we see these gaps up, I'll use that 5-minute opening range strategy to get an entry as well. But let's take a look at Nvidia here. I mean, it's up 0.5%, nothing crazy. Where are the other chips? AMD's up a little bit more in a relative percentage basis. Where's SMCI? It's up 2% here, kind of right off of those EMAs. So we'll see. I mean, if the overall market, again, like if ES starts doing what it's doing here and starts ripping, I mean, I do think that Nvidia, AMD, and those are probably going to go with it. You got in DPZ at 321. You're up 124%, and she's still going. Michael, great trade there. So here's the Domino's trade. Remember, I took a couple stabs at this, and I couldn't get it right. This was really the consolidation range that we were looking at, and what kept happening is this thing would flash over that 452, and it just couldn't hold. So when you ended up seeing this thing move back down, then it got this break. If you guys were able to capitalize on this move, I mean, it's not textbook, but that's awesome. So this was really what I was looking for. The break above this range here, kind of invalidated, came back up. Wasn't able to catch this one, but I'm happy you guys did. And that's the point. I mean, that's really the main point of what I do around here is I'm not going to be able to see everything, but when you guys go in and take advantage of that educational curriculum that I offer you guys, I mean, that's what happens over and over and over. Did the news move the market at 3 p.m. or was it just market do? Yeah, there was no news. I didn't see any news. It was more so just nonsense option premium. What is the consensus on Twilio? I mean, I had a little bit of it. I had a little starter and I just ditched it because it just was invalidating. So I'm not going to be touching this one. This is probably going to need a little bit more time, and we actually could start looking at this more so in terms of a weekly setup, sort of, but this is kind of just hanging out under these EMAs here, which again, using those, remember how we were talking about Tesla in the mastermind where it had that internal trend shift, but the overall longer time frame trend was still to the downside. That's kind of the same thing that you're seeing with Twilio right here. This thing had a nice little internal trend shift up. It could have gotten a nice break over some of these levels. It tried, it failed, and now we're back to square one. So I mean, it happens. So what I really want to see though is Kava start breaking above these levels. We got a firm trying to look real good here. And then crowd I am interested in, but I'm really interested in Netflix. What was the other one? Let's see, what's this doing? MSOS. How's that doing? Oh, that thing's looking good in the pre-market here. That thing's looking good. So Netflix and Kava are probably going to be the top watches. Crowd is running a little bit too far away from what I'd like. I mean, I'll still watch that 5-minute opening range, but we're going to have to wait and see. What do we have? 14 minutes to go until market open, ladies and gentlemen. Is there a strategy for meme stocks tanking on earnings with recovery the next day? No. CLSK. Yeah, I mean, I gave you guys CLSK when? When was it? I think it was here. It was here. I gave you guys CLSK on this move to the upside. Nothing right now on this thing. This thing is not going to meet any of my criteria. Let's check out Mara and see how this is moving. Not really. I still want to see Mara lower. I want to see Mara come down lower and then trend shift back up. Because there's other opportunities in the market. Let's see. Just got the courses. Eddie, welcome, my man. How would you get the list to keep an eye on? So, Eddie, here's what I do. I send the list out through email every single weekend. But sometimes there's some issues with the way that you guys signed up and you said, no, I don't want to receive emails. So here's what you got to do. You got to go on Twitter. You got to follow the @STV Swing Kings Twitter account. Not my main Twitter account. I can't do anything for you if you start messaging that one to get you on the Swing Kings one. But go on STV Swing Kings, request to follow that account, shoot that account a message with your email that you signed up with, just so I can confirm you're actually in there. And then I will, I'll accept it and you're going to be good to go. How can you find the updated ticker for ES on Tradevate or the most recent? It's ESM, right? Yeah, so it's ESM. But welcome, Eddie. Guys, everybody that's in the courses right now, give a nice warm welcome to Eddie. Eddie, you are going to learn a lot, man. You are going to learn a lot, and welcome, dude. Once you kind of see it and how we do things in the market, you can't unsee it. And what else do I have to say about this? There's a lot of things I could say about these courses here. I mean, the Day Trading Mastery course, you guys already know how nasty that one is, but the Swing Kings course is where I think a lot of you guys are just absolutely just slaughtering it. I think you were looking at the weekly time frame on DPZ. Yeah, that was a good one. One of us. Daily Taylor says, welcome. You won't regret it. Daily Taylor, shout out to you, man. And again, I'll extend this offer to everybody else in here as well. All the courses, 50% off. They're buy one, get one free. So if you guys are interested in that, taking your trading to the next level, kind of getting away from all the other nonsense that is out there, hop in, man. You're going to learn today. Dude, I've been watching. You know what I've been watching? Okay, so you guys remember, I don't think I've ever told you guys this story. So I've been seeing a lot of Coach JB edits on TikTok, which is one of the football coaches from Indy. I think it was Indianapolis. From Last Chance U. And I couldn't figure out why this guy, I had watched the show years ago, but I couldn't figure out why this guy seemed so familiar to me. And then I remembered a baseball coach I had. This dude was insane. I don't think I've ever met another. Wow, that overnight strategy on ES is killing it for you guys and me too. But I'm happy you guys are taking advantage of it. But so pretty sure this dude was an alcoholic. And he was an insane person. Like we were probably 13 or 14. So like we could hit the ball. The dude would stand close, like very close. Not like normal, like pitching distance, like closer. And he would like lob balls in and we would hit them, obviously as hard as we could. And if it went back directly at him, he would catch it like this with no glove. This dude was an insane person. I don't know what happened to him, but he just did not like that would break somebody's hand. And he's just like, boom, done. He also punched me in the face one time, which is probably not what you want to do. Yeah. Bad News Bears? No, that was an interesting one. He was an insane person. The reason why he hit me though, it was almost his fault, but he didn't realize what I was gonna do. Like right before a game in front of everybody, he was trying to get us to like make sure we're running through the bag. So he's standing in front of it. And he's like, run through it. And I'm like, dude, I've been playing football forever. Even though I'm small, if I run at you full speed, you're gonna move. So I did. And like we like both kind of fall down and he like gets up, stands over and just like hits me. And I was like, all right, bro, you probably don't want to do that. So then I get up and I'm like, oh yeah? Like in front of parents and everything. It was bad. It was not a good situation. He was cool though. He was cool, I guess. All right, guys. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. Let's have another great day here. Affirm is looking pretty good. Crowd, I mean, this thing, all right. I mean, it's back down below now, or it's right kind of at that area. Kava's looking interesting. ES. Old men play baseball drunk. He wasn't playing. He was coaching a bunch of like 13 and 14-year-olds. I forgot. I literally forgot about that. And I was like, oh, man, I forgot about that one. That was fun. Let's see. Yeah, but Eddie, welcome to the winning team, buddy. We're going to get you going with the rest of us here. 8 minutes to go. Oh, also, even though we're going to be streaming until 11 today, I'm extending the stream for you guys this week just because we can't stream Monday. I would still like it if you guys got up to that 150 like threshold. The boomers are built different. I genuinely don't know. The most impressive thing was watching this dude catch baseballs that were coming off like a hot bat from like a short, like a close distance. And he would just catch it with his bare hand. I was like, I don't know, man. You got some issues there. Boomers are built different. They are. They are. Give the man a like, freeloaders. We're almost at 50. You guys aren't doing too bad this morning. Let's see. We got 7 minutes until market open. Market's moving up. Where's TLT? TLT's coming. Was somebody asked me about TLT on the weekly, I think, and I just forgot. I haven't gotten back to them yet, but I mean, it needs a little bit more movement to the upside, but I don't hate this. You do have a little bit of, I mean, again, you guys know how I feel about trend lines. I don't like them. But you do have one here. If you can break, that actually could get a little spicy there. I'd actually be interested if we can get a nice setup on TMF, the 3 times levered version of TLT. I might take a little fun shares trade on that one. That would be fun. That would be a good one. What did we have here? Oh, Netflix. Netflix is another one that I want to see what it wants to do today. I mean, it's flat in the pre-market, which is interesting with the market being as high as it is. But I mean, we've been talking about Netflix for a while. You guys have been asking about this, and I was like, no. After these last 4 days, starting to move flat, this is gonna pique my attention and interest a little bit more than it was over the last few weeks. First baseman played 2 games back to back with a shattered collarbone. I played, dude. I've done some crazy things like that too. I didn't know I had a broken elbow for like 2 months. Broken thumb throwing, my thumb was all jacked up, and my coach, I was the backup quarterback. He was like, "You need to go and throw." And I was like, "I can't." And he's like, "Just run." And I go, "You know how slow I am." That was a fun one. I broke my foot right before football season one time and then didn't want to get it checked because I know they'd throw me in a boot. So I just kind of dealt with it. I had a lot of random injuries. AMD looks like it wants to go up. It's not like I'm not interested in AMD. I'm just not. Oops, hold on. It's just I'm not interested in it here. AMD to me needs to shift its trend, consolidate, and then give us another move like we saw here. These two AMD trades that we've had have been absolutely disgusting. I would wait for another one of those to pop up. So that was like a 1 to 12 risk to reward. This one was what? Like a 1 to, I can't even see what this is. That's how dirty it is. But I can't even see it. Maybe if I zoom in a little. 1 to 28. Those were really good. Those are really good trades. I mean, with the options, I had only, what do you call it? I think I made like 300% on both of those. Those were good. Not the craziest. I mean, the DraftKings from last week was probably one of the best trades that we've had in a while here. I saw that at a height of 1400% on those. I ended up selling the rest of the position at between 1150% and 1200%. And that's just using the strategy that I teach you guys in the Swing Kings course, man. So again, you guys have seen everybody just absolutely printing. And shout out to you guys that are sending me those messages every single day of either your day trades, your swing trades. And I think the thing that makes me the most happy is when I don't see something and I just have no idea about like a certain stock that's setting up, and you guys come back to me and say, "Look what I did on this." That's awesome. That's exactly what I want from you guys. You're able to identify these things for yourselves and then take advantage of it without even me saying, "Oh, this is what you need to look for." That's my goal. I want you guys being self-sufficient. Like when I see messages like that, guys, I'm like, "Man, you guys are the best." Spy above yesterday's high. Dude, remember what I was saying yesterday? I really wanted to get some overnight SPX, but I was like, why? So I just traded the overnight strategy with it and murdering it. Penn Currington, welcome back, buddy. You've been really crushing it. Wow, affirm. Nice movement here so far in the pre-market. Let's see if that can hold or if that's even real based on what TradingView is quoting here. Let's see what it's looking like on Webull. Yeah, it's a little lower on Webull, but 38.10 is still good. You have those overnight SPX in the back. Oh yeah, if you have those overnight SPXs, you're crushing it. This is, I was watching for this zone. Or no, it wasn't this zone. Where was it? I forget where it was. There was a zone. It might have been on the 5-minute. I thought it was on the 5-minute. Maybe it wasn't. That might have been what it was because I was looking for respect out of a zone and I just didn't see it. So that's fine. I mean, the overnight strategy is going to make sure that you guys are going to capitalize on those types of moves regardless. So that one's nasty. That one is nasty. And that one's out for free on YouTube. If you guys want to go watch that video and understand exactly like when I refer to the overnight strategy, it's the YouTube video that's called like 700% returns or something, like, because that's kind of what it did over. I think it was actually more than that. I went on the lower side just to make sure we're not saying too crazy things, but it was like over a 20-year period. I've seen some crazy numbers on it. It was like over 1,000%. There was another one that's like 700%, depending on how you use the strategy. But yeah, it's nasty. We can find things because we have a great teacher, Dr. Bob. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I had fit 518.14 when it stopped. Yeah, I was actually looking at SPY 522 calls. That was what I was looking at. Where's SPY in the pre-market here? 521.79. I mean, so those would have printed, but the overnight strategy takes care of all of that. You're up 29 points right now. I mean, from entry, let's see what this is. It's like what? The open is like right around here, 73. I mean, let's just use the tool. 21 points. I mean, that's like 211% on the overnight strategy, and you don't have to even know what you're doing. Like literally, you don't have to know how to trade. One ES contract would have made you what? 10 points is $500. So that's another 500. That's 1,000. So a little over $1,000 there. for you in a day, not knowing anything. I mean, again, you're risking 450, but it's still nasty. Ding, ding, ding. The market is open. Yeah, so a firm kind of flashing around here a little bit. Crowd came down. I want to watch that 5-minute opening range. Kava not doing anything yet. AMD, I want to see Netflix. What else we got here? Yeah, still have a little bit of the RKTs too. The freebies are up 61%. The firms that I have are up about 20%. That's not bad. I want to see what happens with that. Crowd, what's it doing? Yeah, this is going to be 5-minute opening range here. Then we've got Netflix. Let's see. Just hit your take profit on ES 975 with 2 contracts. Netty. There you go, man. There you go. I also want to look at Palantir. I have alerts on Kava, but I think I have an alert on Palantir too. Yeah, so this is going to look a little wonky here on the daily, but looking at Palantir on the weekly time frame, I kind of like this here. So I want to see what happens with this. A firm moving up a little. I want to see this thing break yesterday's high at 38.46. We got crowd flashing around. Netflix, kind of the same deal here too. ES not doing that much as well. Fibs are going to be nice today. I think they are. And again, I'm probably not going to be able to get this, like the retrace down. And I think it's probably past that point here too. And again, you remember from those videos, I don't really like to enter anything in the first 15, 30 minutes of the market anyway. So yeah, we're getting there. What's this alert at? 25.49. Okay. Netflix's alert is at what? 634. Crowd, I'd be all right with playing the 5-minute opening range break. So if this is how it wants to behave, I mean, we can set an alert right there. See what's going to happen with that. A firm's just kind of chopping around at like 37.80 something. I mean, it's not doing anything yet. Where's Telly? Nothing. ES moving down a little. Tesla right back to opening range. Oh boy. Yeah, I gotta cancel all these Webull alerts just because like I have them all on TradingView now, so there's no need for any of that. Hood going below 20 already. You sold it. Nvidia rugged. Ooh, what's up with that? I'll leave that here. We don't really need a firm right now. Nvidia. I mean, you want to come down and consolidate at the 10 here? That's fine with me. That's fine with me. Go for it. Palantir's getting there. I think I priced these yesterday. I thought I priced them. It's going to get there. It's right there. Weekly time frame, I'd go with a little bit more time. That I don't hate, actually. All right, let's see what we got. If that alert fires off, I'm ready to go. And then we can throw a firm back on here. Nah, that thing's moving back down. Moving back down a little. I want to see that thing get some momentum. This week with the low volume is like this week is very strange. With the like you saw on Monday, the lowest volume day since last November, and then yesterday was looking like it was going to be relatively low volume, and then it kind of moved back to the upside there at the end of the day. Sell off. All right. What do we got here? So slightly green on the day here. Nothing to write home about. I'm just going to leave this up here. So just if that alert hits, I'll be ready for it. All right, cool. Yeah, firm is rugging too. A firm just went red. That's strange. That is strange. That thing was showing a lot of exuberance in the pre-market here. But again, it's the first 5 minutes of trading. Crowd's not doing it, but we have that little alert there for the 5-minute opening range break. Netflix is not getting there. Let's see what we get. Oh, where's Kava? That's interesting. Breaking down on Kava here. So this is, I kind of almost want to wait for this thing to let this 10 catch up, then take the shares trade on it and go a little bigger there. ES back up, a firm getting hit. That's annoying. Let's see. New 5-minute candles here. Let's see what we want to do. SYY, that was another one. How's that looking? Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, I kind of like it. I also, hold on. How would this look? You got a $1.67 of risk targeting here. What's that? 1 to 3. That's not bad. That's not bad. Hold on. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't know if I'm going to take this, though, because it's not as clean as I want it to be. Netflix not doing any. Netflix, really nice consolidation here. I like this. If Netflix can flatline into the end of the week, next week could be really fun on Netflix. NQ died. Yeah. DocU's looking good again. Well, DocU was an interesting one yesterday. I know a lot of you guys made that free on the front run off of this. Pops back up to here. Let's see. A firm's coming down. ES moving right back down. This market this week is just going to be a chop fest of nonsense, I think. Just a bunch of nonsense chop fest. Like, how does this look? It doesn't look bad. I don't hate it. I really don't. But I want to make sure that GameStop shares dropped 14.7% after lower Q4 revenue. Oh, boy. All right, let's see what this wants to do. Where's this? Hold on. All right, that one's just basically chilling. All right, let's see. It's all puking. Yeah, everything is coming down. The firm's moving down. Netflix coming down. ES just kind of chopping at the highs. What else? Crowd was an interesting one. I just don't know if it's going to get there. See, it's just nothing. So this would not be the day, I don't think, for crowd. But breaking above that level there, I would be interested in. Netflix, I really, really, really like how this looks. Tradevate scamming on fills? Did you hit sell market by accident, Daniel? Because they shouldn't be doing that. Where's RKT? Because this one's setting up really well too. Yeah. RKT is giving us another look at potentially round 2. TLT looking okay. Netflix not looking good. SYY I don't hate. It's just, how's the option chain on it actually? Let's see. Let's see. I bet the chain is terrible. That's not that bad. There's some volume on it. Not, well, there's no. There's some open interest on it, but not volume. A firm got slapped. That's annoying. It's been a minute since there's been this much volatility at open. Yeah, but there's nothing on the indexes, though. Like, look at this. There's not like the indexes aren't showing that volatility here. RKT's up. Let's see. The free RKTs are up 88% now. Those are good. The shares trade that I have is up decent. The Affirm contracts are only down like 15%. AMD's green. My shoulder's like hurting over here. Yeah, I don't like this though. This is not for me. Yeah, Affirm's getting slapped here. I might cut this one. That should not be doing what it's doing. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. They're being rude. They're being really rude. They're not doing that either. No. Are you kidding me right now? No. All right, there it is. That's ridiculous. Yeah. This I don't hate this one though. Netflix back. I mean, I like this consolidation on Netflix here. Opinions on Tesla? I'm not. I mean, we talked about it earlier this morning. I'm not doing anything on it until you can get that. Like, this is fine if it can flatline throughout the rest of the week. UNH up, rotation might be starting. What's Lebu doing? Nothing. Yeah, but UNH is a wonky one. It blew past your limit order. Oh, you got slipped. That's not. If it moved really quickly, like aggressively at your limit order, yeah, sometimes you're going to get slipped. It's very rare, but it happens. It can happen. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's happened to me once or twice where it'll just like really move quickly into an order and you will get filled a little lower. It's just slippage. It's so rare that it happens, but I don't see anything on the problem is that I don't see anything on this chart here that would show, oh yeah, you would get slipped. That's very strange. I don't really see anything I like here. I really don't. Affirm had a lot of potential and then just came right back to the downside there. And then what else are we looking at? I mean, Crowd was looking interesting in the pre-market and then just failed. Ooh, that's the wrong one. So nothing here. And then, I mean, we can basically, that's the 5-minute opening range high. But I mean, we're not trading that today. The range didn't stay intact, so there's nothing to do there. Netflix is another one, but I think the name of the game this week is just going to be patience. I think it's just going to be patience. Let's see. Well, where's Palantir? Did that thing lose it too? Yep. Nothing's following through here. All right, we're about to get a new 15-minute candle in about 50 seconds. So let's see. Is this the right one? Oh, it is. GDP tomorrow. GDP is going to be interesting tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, that was a tiny little paper cut on Affirm, but that's okay. If Netflix can hold this range, I'm going to be so excited for Netflix. That'll be such a fun one. Not that anything is guaranteed, obviously, but like that setup is looking Spicy. I like it. SPY's going to need to follow the big boy bumps. What do you mean? Like, are you talking about Tesla and Apple? Where is Apple this morning? Apple's up 1.3. Dude, my shoulder is all messed up. This is nothing here, though. TLT flat. I mean, Tessie's trying, but new 15-minute candle. Let's see what we got. And then where's RKT? Back down a little bit. This thing, it's gonna, you got to wait for the EMAs to catch up to it. And then we'll be good to go. And then Kava. Ooh, is that slipping hard? No, but that's going to be good for the end of this week. eBay? Yeah, eBay's another one. How's that look? Nah, kind of invalidated. This is what, Friday? It doesn't look bad. Like you can see it here. It was looking way better going into last weekend than it does this week. So we were looking at it here. This was Friday. So we had this nice consolidation. Then it just kind of dropped out below. So I probably wouldn't touch this one here. Huh. Maybe it's just going to be a slow week. I mean, last week was nuts with the what? Crazy RKT trade, the 1400% DraftKings. Like we can pretty much do whatever we want this week, but there's nothing really that looks great. Like the Affirm looked good, failed. Twilio looked good, failed. The Twilio is a smaller paper cut than the RKT was. Market coming up. I want to see if Netflix is going to get a bounce off of. Yep, it did. I just want to see if it can get there. Apple and Microsoft. Oh, how's Microsoft look? Not my favorite. I mean, there were a couple of interesting Microsoft trades there, but nothing too crazy. I want to, again, Palantir is going to be off the weekly. If it can get that break on the weekly time frame, you could have a lot of fun with that one. This was the post-earning strategy. That was a great one. Let's see. Yeah, and then we also had the, what do you call it? The overnight strategy hit big time. That was nasty. How many points was that? 22 points? That's crazy. That's 220% on an ES contract. That's nuts. Squirrel may go back to bed. Traded overnight. Account up 1,331. Don't want to give it back. Hey, man, that's the name of the game. Don't give those gains back. All right, Palantir's trying to move back up a little. Kava a little bit as well. Netflix is getting down to that area. I just want to see how it reacts. Docu's holding. I believe most of you guys made that free when you guys front ran it Monday into Tuesday on this move up. So I don't like this zone up here. Having this zone up here is not going to be very helpful for this thing to actually get a really, really, really solid move. Netflix is selling hard. I want it. I want to see how it reacts down there. Coin news. U.S. judge allows SEC claims that Coinbase failed to register as a securities business. Interesting. Like I kind of want to front run the Netflix, but I don't, you know? Like I would, I just like low confidence in that. Are we going to see another chop fest today? I think we are. I think we're going to see another little chop fest. And again, team, as you guys are filtering in here, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. Helps out a whole lot getting these streams out to some more people, team. Let's see. SYY option chain, not much liquidity. There's decent open interest, low volume though. Because if this market loses it here, a lot of things are already showing signs of weakness. I mean, everything could just get hammered. Like if we break down below 52.87 and start selling to like 52.75, everything is just going to get slapped. Like especially something like Netflix, which would suck because I want this range to stay intact. Just one filled. Well, the market makers are always going to take the other side of the trade. So it just depends on what you had them at. AMD came back quick. You don't see anything you want to touch too risky? No, I'm not touching AMD. AMD doesn't make any sense right now. Market confidence should be tempered today with data coming out over the long weekend and market close. Well, Friday, unless data's been leaked. Nah, it's never leaked. Amazon, remember, we've talked about how tough that one is to get right. Yeah, all right, Amazon. You want to play? All right. Amazon might want to play. Amazon might want to play. I'll throw an alert on it. What is this? 25.52 or something? 25.49 on Palantir. That's what I would need. That's what I would need on Palantir to be interested. Where did a firm end up going? It came back a little, but nothing crazy. Weekly chart still looks bad. That was like the same deal with like Twilio. Larger time frame chart looking terrible. The smaller time frame, the daily looking okay. You're holding $30 August 16th Palantir call since March 1st, waiting for the rocket. It looks good on the weekly. It looks really good. Look at those premiums on Trump stock. Yeah, I know. They're going to be ridiculous. The market makers are going to be stealing. What's DJT looking like? It's up 12% here. I mean, let's take a look. I would guess the at the monies are over 1,000. Just based on like kind of if you guys are saying the premiums are jacked, they're probably around 1,000. Let's see the 0 days, or not the 0 days, the weeklies. The weeklies are 580-ish. The next weeks are, I would guess, over 1,000 or close. Not yet. The next weeks are about 1,000. They're stealing. The market makers are stealing. Kava trying to move back up a little. Netflix coming down to that area. I want to see how that reacts. Lulu, that's an interesting one. No, sorry. What is there on this chart that we would want to take a look at here? Like, what do you want to try to just, it's down, buy it. That's not a strategy, man. Sorry. That's just not anything that I would ever look at. Company just reported terrible earnings. If I were to then buy something like this, it would almost go against everything that I teach in the Swing Kings course with you guys when we talk about post earnings. Like, all right, you have bad reaction on earnings and you're expecting that to then be incorrect and then it comes back up. I mean, maybe it does, but that's not really a good long-term way to view trading. It's got to be a fully, like, you got to do the same things every single time. Did anyone figure out how many shares Trump's owned? I think he owns around 50% of the overall float or outstanding shares. It's about 50. So he's got like $1 billion or $2 billion of it. Kava moving back up. Where's Netflix? Didn't Lulu buy Peloton? Yeah, they did. All right. Here comes Netflix right at that area. It's going to hit it. I mean, this is what? There it is. There's the touch. Let's just take a peek. Oh, ES just got knifed. ES just got knifed here. which is exactly what we were saying. If ES starts to lose these levels, what's going to happen? These things are going to get mollywopped. My shares trades are looking pretty good right now. That's nice. I've got like a Mary Jane ETF in there that looked really good. Those are, wow. The Netflix premiums are jacked. Oh my God. Jeez, those things are expensive for no reason. All right, so you're holding that area here so far. This one, I mean, this is the one that I've been looking at. This doesn't look bad. I like this. This is more a bounce off the EMA trade though. Stops below that low. Kava's moving back up. Not much, but I mean it is trying. How's RKT looking? RKT back above 14. That's pretty good. My bad on that suggestion. Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. I mean, again, it's just the thing is, Gianluca, when you're looking at markets as a whole, what most people like to do is there's two things. One, they like to chase stocks that have already been up so much, or they like to buy stocks that have already been down so much. And again, now when you think about like a company like Lulu, is that company going to be around forever? Yes. Now, does it make sense for it to be a short-term trade? In my opinion, no. It could be a decent idea to look at it for some like longer-term shares position if you understand the company and you like it, but it's not anything that I would look for short-term trading. Market coming down here. Let's see what we got. How are those shares positions doing? Those shares positions are cooking. Those are cooking. There we go. Yeah, and again, I don't want you guys to. Sometimes I'll snap a little, and the reason why I snap at you guys sometimes is because there's a way to set yourself up to have success long term in the market, and there's a way to guarantee failure. And I want all of you guys having success. That's why I craft all my educational curriculums and everything in the way that I do and talk the way that I do on the streams, because there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. Not in terms, I mean, again, if you have a again, it's not that there's right strategies and wrong strategies. It just means that you need to have an actual strategy. Buying a stock that's just down is not a strategy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to make sure that you guys are going into the market and setting yourselves up so you have the opportunity to basically eliminate all of the normal risk management and psychological mistakes that new traders make. Like when I'm day trading, guys, like it's either one and done. It's usually one and done, honestly. Like, and the thing is I know exactly what those strategies should return over time. So to me, the outcome of one individual trade is meaningless. And once you really, really focus and understand your system and data, it becomes impossible to make risk management mistakes, because if you were to, well, your data is just now completely out of whack, and now all the work that you did in the testing is now meaningless. And then it's also much easier to eliminate those psychological effects, because remember, you've done the work and watched. Again, let's talk about it specifically in terms of what I teach you guys. Let's just use that as an example. Well, you know exactly what you're looking for, when these trades are potentially going to show up, and what they should be able to generate you over a longer period of time. So it makes it so much easier to not see not see markets moving and be like, oh my God, I have to do something, you know? And it's a little bit more complicated on the swings to kind of make sure that you can keep those emotions down. But I mean, we cover exactly how to do that in the courses, and then also in the mastermind that we're doing with everybody right now too. Where's that Netflix? Did it end up bouncing off of that level, or is it selling through? It's holding it right now. It's holding it right now. You got to be careful with what this market wants to do. We've got 30 seconds left until a new 15-minute candle. Most people starting out make that mistake in pennies, not realizing what a reverse split is. What do you mean? Oh, what are we talking about? Oh, no, a reverse split is terrible. I don't think I've ever seen a reverse split go well. Except for TMF. That is the one that had a reverse split and did well, but that wasn't a reverse split to maintain listing requirements. It was more so a reverse split to make it easier for them to create the leverage in the ETF. So it was a very different scenario. What most companies do what the reason is 99% of the time when companies are reverse splitting is that they aren't meeting listing requirements on, let's say, the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. The minimum bid or the minimum basically price that it needs to be trading at is typically $1. If it starts trading below $1, you can no longer be listed there. So what they do is they say, well, let's just do some fancy nonsense and just decrease the amount of total shares, increase the price, the market cap stays the same, and we're able to maintain our listing status. But what does that actually tell you about what the market thinks about that company? Well, they don't think that the market is valuable enough to be at over $1 at however many shares they have. So their market cap is not going to be technically enough. So it's showing that the overall market hates the stock for good reason. Splits are 99% of the time bullish. Reverse splits are 99% of the time not good. And that's why you guys see me now with 126 viewers instead of 4,000, because I said that and the stock reverse split and it went down 99%. And that's what I said. Then everybody was mad at me for saying that. But I was right. I care about being correct and giving you guys the accurate information that you guys need. Whoever hears it, hears it. Buying stocks because they're down. If you check charts on yeah. That makes sense, Daniel. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now. ES coming down a little bit more. Huh, that's an interesting one. Facts don't care about your feelings. Correct. They don't. They never will. Oh, firm's getting whacked. Happy I cut that one for a little paper cut. That's one of the things you guys will see me be very good at too. I'll cut things so fast because when we have the trades that actually are going to play out, which you guys will see and have all seen in the Swing Kings course, like when we nail it, they happen right away. So if it's not going to happen right away, there's no point to continue to be in it. Nvidia below 900, trimming puts here. 400% is enough for you. Atta boy, Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah, we're seeing ES start to move down here a little bit. This just doesn't seem like the week to be screwing around with stuff. Dude, those shares positions are looking good, man. I got a couple others kicking around, and they're looking all right. No expiration date on shares either. I've got something really cool for you guys in the mastermind tonight too, with kind of how to manage. There's two ways to kind of manage things. Apple's your next victim. And Netflix lost it. I mean, this is one of the main reasons why I didn't want to front run it here, because I don't think this is going to hold. Like, it was respecting it, but the odds that the market continues to sell and this thing gets absolutely hammered are way higher than it just bouncing off of that level. Everything's getting slapped here. It's a good thing I gave you guys the overnight strategy. Pay attention to pay a premium. That one was able to make you guys over $1,000 overnight, knowing nothing about the market. RKT down. Is that still holding where it is? It's kind of holding up there. That's pretty good. Yeah, everything's getting slaughtered. All right, cool. Actually, where's the level? Where's the retrace level? Is it right here? Is it literally right here? I think it is. Guys, is the entry on the day trading mastery course strategy 52.74 or between 52.74 and 52.76. It may not be. It may be lower, but it's close. That kind of looks halfway though. 52.72. All right. Is it down there? All right. That'd be interesting. That would be interesting. All right. RKT screwing around. Netflix not holding. Kava not holding. Nothing's holding. Except for my shares trades on that ETF. That's looking good. NVIDIA, aka the entire market, has broken out of its ascending channel for now anyway. We can take a look at NVIDIA here. Yeah, I mean, we were able to nail some really great trades last week, but I think this week, especially with the short week, I think it's just going to be a time to just kind of sit back and say, nothing really to do. Day trades for sure, but also I have a theory. That I have to dig into more. So here's kind of what I do when I think about stocks that I want to buy for the long term. And we're going to talk a lot more about this in the mastermind, kind of my process for this. But I have like theories that I have where it's like, okay, well, in terms of the overall market environment, what companies could potentially benefit? We've talked a lot with you guys about kind of the overall effects of what's going to happen with persistently higher inflation. Also, fun fact, this is going to be hilarious that now Janet Yellen's going to be completely wrong when she says inflation is transitory. When, remember that narrative? Like everybody was saying, ooh, inflation's transitory. No, it's not. And what were we saying? It's not going to be transitory unless they just jumbo hike us into oblivion. All right. Aside from that, we know that inflation is looking like it's going to be higher for longer. So higher for longer doesn't necessarily kind of go and talk about rates, but it's more so on the side of actually inflation. So what happens? What have we said happens to, let's say, the middle to lower class when higher inflation is occurring? Well, asset holders are going to benefit very significantly, and people who do not have the ability to buy assets are going to get hammered. Now, people are still going to have the need to buy goods and services. Yellen said she regretted saying it last week. Oh, she's really going to regret it over the next coming months, I think. Unless somehow it just turns around and they mess with the data. But the thesis that I have is, and I haven't looked at this yet. Again, it's just a normal thesis. I still have to go in and do the research on it. If people still have to buy goods and services, but they don't have the cash on hand to buy everything that they need, what do? They use credit cards and they use buy now, pay later services. Affirm, Afterpay, Klarna, all of those. So I think it's a possibility, not a guarantee, that companies like Affirm over the long term can see a very significant benefit from this type of market environment. That's the thesis. Now I have to go in and look very deeply or just go without. People don't really do that though. If you look at what happened, this is an interest. This move right here from November into, when is this? December? Think about what time of year this is that we called this out, this move on Affirm. What time of year is this? Black Friday, holiday season. What happens? What was all the data coming out with the buy now, pay later companies like? It was really high. It was very, very, very high utilization of those types of services. And what did you see happen with the stock? Boom. So the main thesis that I have is that, well, if we're gonna remain in that type of market environment, the overall utilization of and usage of services like this is going to stay higher than it typically would have been without this market environment. So I think they could have a decent benefit over the long run here, 5 to 10 years, maybe. I don't know, but I'd have to take a deeper dive into it. Remember the thesis on Hood? My Robinhood thesis is playing out pretty well. Where is HOD right now? We were talking about this thing at 15.16. It's at 19-ish. It almost at 20. It hit 20.50. So Palantir was another one that we've been talking about since it was in the 14s. Where is Palantir right now? Palantir's at 24. I actually was talking about this thing years ago when it was like down in here, sub 10. Well, that's not years ago. It was prior to the big run up. It was like in here. So, I mean, we'll see. I got to do a little bit of research into that one. See how reliable that thesis actually is. But I think it could be pretty good. Well, Yellen coming out and saying that she regrets that inflation is transitory is almost capitulation from the Treasury. I mean, RKT's holding nicely. It's nothing crazy, though. I still have a little bit left of that free position in case it pulls a fast one and just goes boom right up. This is setting up round 2. Give it a few days, let the EMAs catch up, see what the market wants to do, and then we'll go from there. And again, team, as you guys are filtering in here, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button, it's all I ask for around here. It helps out a whole lot with the YouTube algorithms, getting more people into these streams. Let's see. Is there anything on the news feed? Very slow day, man. Very slow day. Ooh, that's interesting. Copper stocks look interesting. That's a good call there. Oh, this is one. FCX. That's one that I like. I know that one. Freeport. Just how much is it going to go, though? Dr. Copper's an interesting one too. What's the symbol for copper futures? Anybody know? What's the symbol for copper futures? Actually, I kind of want to check out this thing too. This one. Down 94%. That's funny. I was I was just a bystander on this one. I mean, this company here, we talked about this yesterday. How they are basically buying a subsidiary with Class C. Hold on, XLU with Class C preferred. See, this one has my attention, and that oh shoot, what was the 3 times levered on this? Yeah, XLE HYG is copper. HYG is the HJG. No, I don't. Copper. HG. Let's see what this is looking like. All right. This is starting to move, though. XLU, I don't hate. C. Okay. And then XLRE. What's this? Real estate. How's a real estate fund going up? How is a real estate fund going up right now? Oh, this is right past the X divvy too. All right. HG is copper, CUs. Okay. Riddle me that. Yeah, how is a real estate ETF going up? Is it yields? It might be yields, Ralph. What's the 10-year? It could just be yield. 10 years been moved. How does this look versus this? That's strange. That doesn't make any sense. What's KRE doing? Settling in after Powell. Huh. Yeah, no, I know the Direxion website has it. I just was wondering if you guys knew. Inflows are increasing. Probably not going to touch anything on KRE. ES was so close there. It's 3 ticks. 2 ticks from that entry. Damn. I was on CNBC yesterday. Plan on building a massive amount of houses. XLRE tells me cuts are coming sooner than expected, but that's not enough for you to put any money on it. Oh, it's just one day, but it's just one day. Like, that's not. But if you look at this here too, this is interesting, guys. So when you're looking at MKC, what's that? Hold on. Before we do that, let's take a look at this ticker. What's MKC? No, I wouldn't do anything on this one. This is just earnings gap up. There's nothing to do here. So for the June, I mean, we can refresh this here. What's the June expectations for cuts now? May, we're not moving. June, 64% that we cut. July, 31% that we get 2 cuts. So it's kind of it's kind of split between these two. September, it's not at over 50% that we have 2 cuts yet, but it's gonna get there, I think, as we head into June, which could be decent for TLT. You caught the dip, 23.88 for the day on ES. Squirrel. There you go, man. There you go. Yeah, I'm just trying to think through. Copper stocks are interesting. They just don't quite meet the setups that I would want to look for. UF offers. No, that's just cyber stuff. What's crypto doing? Crypto's coming down. As you said, this week, low volume and options market dictates moves. I checked for curiosity, unusual options from yesterday and today, mysteriously all being successful. Apple and Intel up, Tesla down. The only thing that I would look for in terms of unusual options activity, because I think a one-off unusual options trade is useless. I think market tide is an interesting thing to look at. Looking at the overall premiums and what's happening in the market, I think that can be helpful. Okay. Dude, this is stupid. If people say dumb things on my Instagram, and then I go to reply, and then it's like, they don't let everybody comment at them. Okay, deleted. Screw you. Like, I hate that. Like, you're just gonna say something and be like, nope, not gonna let you respond. It's like, okay, I'll just delete your stuff then for being stupid. They were like, you're like 19 years old. What do you know? And it's like, you obviously have not been to a stream. All right, let's see. Oh, man, this was so close to getting just a nasty entry here. It was 2 ticks away. Oh. I don't like trend lines, John. I really don't. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant on any like the copper stuff. I just don't like them. But I can take a look at AR for you. Are you talking about this? I would not have traded any of this. This I would have traded. This consolidation, I probably would have traded up to here. Perfect. I mean, that would have been perfect. So you would have gotten the break here. 25.88 all the way up to what? 27. That's good. But I wouldn't have traded any of this. Just shot you a trade I took on X. Big C. Let's see. Let's see it. I thought. Yeah. Well, that's what they told me. I haven't drawn it. Oh, this one. Hold on. Hold on. Wrong per. SPX gave up the money. Now I'm using. Oh my God. There you go, man. Nice little. What is that? 455 bucks? 350 bucks? There you go, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, congratulations, man. And again, I'll extend this offer to you guys too. We haven't really talked about it that much today, but all the courses I offer, they're 50% off. The day trading mastery course strategy, I mean, it just keeps printing. Like, it has like 14, 15 winning months in a row. The Swing Kings course, I know a lot of you guys have seen some results in your portfolio that you have never seen before for the better from some of these swings that we've been calling out. And again, I give you guys the watch list every single week as well. Again, and I think this is kind of the biggest value proposition of kind of what I offer there. It's one-time fee, but you guys always have access to me. You shoot me a DM on Instagram or Twitter. I'm always going back and forth with you guys, answering any questions that you guys have about anything. I treat each and every single one of you guys as like a one, like that. I want every single one of you to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing, and understand things the way that I and the rest of the people who have finally had it click for them do. Big C, that's great, man. That is awesome. Congratulations. Let's see what we got here. I mean, the shares trades are looking good. Other than that, not much else to do here. What's at 1 p.m.? We might have a bond auction. Let's see. SCB cares. I do care. I care more than any of you guys know. Appreciate you, brother. Your dedication to see us succeed is encouraging. Thanks, Tor. I appreciate that. You might get your ES entry. Yeah, we might. I don't know, though. I don't know where the entry is, though. I mean, again, it's almost too early for me to want to do this. Most of the best trades for me come in the afternoon. I mean, I could just like see where it is, but it is right there. 50, 52, 72, 25. That's not bad. You're probably going to get it. Wait, how many points of risk is it? 62 to... Ooh, that may not be enough. Oh, no, it is. It is. SCB does care. One of the hardest working streamers in Finfluencing. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. We might get that. Did we get what I taught you guys on the mastermind up here? Sort of, but not really. Let's see. I've watched you and a few others since the AMC Jimmy dumpster fire, and I've learned so much. Thanks, man. Nice eyebrows too. Yeah, shout out to Max, man. That was a cool video. I saw that pop up on Friday afternoon, and I was like, oh no. I was like, what is this gonna be? And then it was a good video. It started off slow, and then Tilray's popping. Good. Tilray running up 4%. Where's this one? MSOS. There we go. So this is the Advisor Shares Trust Advisor Shares Pure U.S. Cannabis ETF. If we start to see those smoky stocks start to go absolutely nuts, this thing is going to benefit. So it had a decent setup here. This was the one that I kind of liked off of the EMA. I could have gotten a better entry on it, but my entry is right around like 930, 935. I'd have to adjust it on this to see what it actually is. But yeah, Tilray popping. That's not bad. Where's RKT? How's that doing? Chilling. Where's Kava? How's that looking? It ate its way back up there. All right. First hour is looking like let's scare the shit out of everyone and take advantage of low volume days. That's kind of one of the other reasons why I don't want to touch much. Like, it's just the low volume on this, and especially after what happened yesterday, I don't know. I mean, things could get nasty to the downside. I mean, I might take it with a little bit of low risk, but we could see. We're going to stream until 11 today, though. So I know that you guys are not going to hit the 150 like threshold. I don't know why, but it's okay. Some of you guys just don't want to hit the like button. It's fine. It's okay. I'll cry myself to sleep. But we are going to stream until 11 just because we're unable to stream on Monday. It's getting there. I mean, this has just been straight red. Straight selling. Low volume 5-minute death candle on SPY is not encouraging. Yeah, it's not looking great. It's trying to hold this zone, but overall, it's not looking great. If you ain't super chatting, you better be liking. No. You guys don't have to super chat me ever. You guys don't have to do that. Where's Netflix? Tried to hold there a little. There's a lot of things that are setting up and looking relatively solid. It's just you're not seeing follow throughs. Super chat, Jack. Remember when people used to call me that? I was like, I'm not forcing anybody to. I'm telling people not to. And then people would do it anyway. If you're going to do anything and you want to benefit yourself, the courses are 50% off. That's what you guys should be. If you're going to spend money on anything around here, that's what you should do. Stream fees are back? No. Don't stop. No stream fees. None of that. SPY testing 15-minute low orb again. Are you talking about? Yeah. I always get confused by your orbs, but it's like open at 4 a.m., I think. So when is that? 1, 2, 3. This one? Talking about this? Oh, SPY might be at a different spot. Wouldn't it be here? For your 15-minute 4 a.m. one? Wouldn't it have been up here, Ralph? Because the way I understand it is it's the 15-minute opening range of 4 a.m. That's what I thought you said it was. What you use for it. Not this one. I mean, it is touching this, but it's just filling this gap here. Which, again, I'm not a biggest fan of gap fills, obviously, but you are pulling back up a little. Oops, that's going to be Eversource. I don't want that. Nothing here. Oh, Tilray just got a pop. That's probably helpful for me. Yeah, a little bit. Nothing crazy. Low orb and high orb, it's a range. Yeah, but wouldn't the range be way higher? Like, because the range I thought would be set. All right, can you tell me what your range is? From open to close of the first 15-minute candle. Right, wouldn't that be here? Wouldn't that be here? Not here? Or is it this one, not this one? Kava's moving back up. That's interesting. The setup isn't as clean anymore, so I want to give this thing a little bit more time to take a share straight on it. SYY looks like it's turning around. Which way? Downside? Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm not in this one just because, like, one, I would trade the options on it, but the option chain is kind of terrible. So this would be a weekly setup as well. So it would look like this, but the actual entry is here. It would actually be like this break, not where this is today. I just drew this one today because that's what we were looking for, but the entry would have been last week. Just go to the indicator and do orb 15. I'm just interested to see what this is. How did that happen? Which one? This one? We're going to use this one. This is confusing the crap out of me. What the hell is this? Oh, all right. So it's this right here. But then, yeah, so I am right. It's this. Oh, so it's, oh, you were saying it's testing the, I got it now. I got it now. All right. That makes more sense. That shares trade's looking good. If that thing gets spicy, that would be actually. Oh, I was supposed to get more of it. That sucks. I was supposed to buy more of it today. Uh-oh. Well, I can't do it now. I was supposed to get more of it today. I should have done it on the drop. Where is this now? Shoot, I had an opportunity to get more. Darn it. That stinks. Yeah, I screwed that up a little. I should have been paying attention a little more. No. EF bouncing, didn't quite get that entry there. It was freaking close, man. It was what? A tick away, 2 ticks away. I mean, that's going to happen when you guys trade with the day trading mastery course strategy. You're going to have some trades that are just like it wicks down, triggers you in, runs right back to the first TP, and you hit some of the most beautiful trades that you have ever seen. But then there are going to be some cases like what you're seeing right now. Like if this thing were to actually come back up and continue, you missed your entry by a tick. It's a little annoying sometimes, but I mean, to me right now, I don't like this thing chopping down here because if this thing were to make a move down in the sellers, you can see it's whacking it. It's probably going to go whoop. Quick. Where's Tilray? Is this thing still going? Yeah, it's still going a little. Intel? Is Intel moving? Oh, and then I kind of want to look at IBM. Nah, I don't like this. IBM, how's this look? This no longer needs to be there. Dude, everything has just been like, it's just been baiting us into stuff. Like it'll look good and then it'll invalidate and then it's the same thing with the Domino's thing. Like you look at Domino's here. I needed it to break above this range and get going. It did. It just invalidated first. But I think you guys are looking at this more so on the weekly time frame. Yeah, that's a good one. Tilray. Palantir's not doing it. The free RKTs are still up 70%. So those are going to be held until expiration. And then I'm going to try and get another setup on it because it does look like it's setting up for round 2 here. This looks really good. Yeah, Michael's trade was off the weekly time frame. So Michael, were you using what I taught you guys last week in the mastermind for that entry? Or did you just play it normally off the break of the upside level? Because that's epic. I mean, that's a great one. Yeah, I wish I had more of that shares trade there. It's looking all right. Let's see. And yeah, I mean, if this thing were to, I mean, you're probably, that TP is probably like here, 52.84, right around there. So, I mean, you got missed by a tick, 2 ticks. Break of 454. Which I'm guessing is right here. Yeah, that's great. That's fine. That's a good trade there. Apple volume dropping off, but she's hugging VWAP like it's her child. I bet she is. I know it feels like over the last 2 weeks, it's been a little slow. We've just been waiting for opportunities. I mean, granted, we did nail one of the most disgusting trades that we've hit in a while last week, the DraftKings, but just got to wait and see. Not for me. You made a ton off DraftKings last week. There you go, Algo. That's my man right there. Yeah, DraftKings was nasty. DraftKings was a nasty trade. That thing just took off. I keep feeling like every single time I go to trade these things, I just wish I had the shares on them. I mean, now, not really, but like, I mean, my break was here. Just nailed this thing from 43.86 all the way up into here, 48. It was like a $5 move on DraftKings. Wait, what? Algo got a divorce? What, dude? Ulta was a good drop too. Ulta, these were the Ulta trades here. Actually, there were two of them. So if you look at the weekly on Ulta, this was my first Ulta trade. I only made about 80% on this one. This move, because it was moving a little bit strangely. The premiums were a little bit weird. But when you look at this compared to the daily setup, it popped into a weekly into a daily setup here, which then this one was the really good one on Ulta that I was able to capitalize on. That was like a 1 to 5.5. Oh, damn. Sorry to hear that, Algo. Let's see. Took 70% on a Tesla put. There you go. Let's see. Oh, they got some cool stuff over there. Titan's awesome. Titan's awesome. I know a lot of you guys have a lot of success with Titan. All right. Now I kind of wish I got some dominoes, man. Kava, I need to move around some cash to be able to buy more stuff. It's a little weird buying stuff when the market's at like all-time highs or close to all-time highs. Even though my expectation is if they start to turbocharge this, especially after tax season, like you get through tax season and people are like, okay, now we either like, because people have, this is another kind of theme that you can see in markets. When you head into tax season, people get worried. It's not necessarily that they're just like worried. It's more so like they have like potentially a new obligation that they have to account for. So either they're going to get money back, they're going to have to pay more. But once it's over, then they start to make different decisions in the market. That is one of the reasons, not the only reason, that the markets could be a little bit choppy heading into the end of this month and the beginning of next month. Let's see. You always regret Domino's? Domino's and McDonald's are the foods that like I will eat, and then the next day I feel like I had contracted a terminal illness. DraftKings getting smacked today. Whoa, 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 DraftKings. Hey, bud, what are you doing? DraftKings getting hammered. All right, so now I recant my decision about wanting to just trade the shares instead. What's my go-to pizza? Well, they're going to be like Boston pizza places. Magoo's in Southie is good. Otto's in Southie is epic. I haven't been to Regina's yet, but I've heard that one's really good. Where's Tilray? Still up there. What's that? Shares trade down. That's still looking good. Let's see. Hard to beat Boston Pizza. Boston Pizza is pretty good. Well, this is kind of how I would say, like, describe Boston food. Like, they do have places that are like really good, like upper end food, things like that. But I've never really eat the places that I eat in Boston that I'm like, this is really good, is never one of the places that's like really crazy expensive and things like that. You know, like there's still nice places, but it's not like you're good like $1,000 dinners. It's not like that. Like you can eat really good in Boston, like going out for like, I don't know, a couple people, $200-300. That's probably with alcohol too. Regina's raw. I just haven't had it. New Haven style pizza is great. I've had it. I've had it a few times. Remember, I am from Connecticut. Let's see. Doing nothing. Yeah. So I mean, ES move. I mean, it is moving up. You had this nice trend up here. So the retrace of the trend, you just missed it. It just got missed by like 2 ticks. EV charging stocks, which ones? Like Charge Point. Sorry, I had to bring that one back. actually, Charge Point is not looking too bad here, man. Don't you guys have the oldest Italian restaurant in the country? Probably. I don't know though. Charge Point. What's Blink doing? I like the Charge Point setup better than I do Blink, even though it's penny stock now. What are the other ones? That was a throwback, man. All right. This is actually one that like you might be able to use. This is great right here. You kind of shifted trend, but not really. How's this look on the weekly? Probably horrendous. Yeah, it looks bad on the weekly. I don't know. I'm probably staying away from that. Fellow Bostonian asking you to check EV charging stock. That's what I'm doing. Plug. No, not on that one. You got 2 minutes left on another 15-minute candle for ES here. RKT's moving up. That's nice. Oh, EVgo. Yeah, that's another one. And I don't really want to play around with penny stocks. This is not. No. The only one that actually looks like all right on the daily is Charge Point, but the weekly just looks so horrendous. XLU? Really? All right. It's just the range. It's just such a tight range. You have to buy so much of it if you were to go with the shares. Enphase is solar and looks icky. Dude, look at this chop fest this week. Look at this chop fest, bro. AMD looks like it on the spicy on the daily to the downside. Yeah, I mean, I'm not touching it. I want it to, if I'm going to do anything on it, I need to see the shift of trend back up, obviously above some of these EMAs, consolidate, and then get going. I wouldn't play this consolidation break to the upside. There's too much overhead resistance that you have to deal with. I mean, these are the last 2 AMD trades that I took with you guys here. I'm honestly, we're really just waiting around for something like this to happen again. This, boom. This was 500% in a day on Coinbase. Utilities, yeah, I know. Just trying to think here. Because, like, the problem is everything that I'm seeing is just not the highest quality setups. Like, I'm not seeing anything that jumps out at me that I'm like, oh, I need to be on that. So in that type of scenario, I just, most of the time I do nothing. So like Kava is one that has some, it had really some interesting potential here, but I still want to see this thing consolidate more. More consolidation could mean a bigger move. You saw it try yesterday and then got sharked. Remember yesterday when all of a sudden Kava went from like 68.90 to 69.60 in 2 seconds? It just went boom up. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. So the buyers are there. You're just waiting for them to actually come back in and then, what do you call it? Like follow through, which could be next week. And again, the market is really going to be waiting on tomorrow's GDP revision data and PCE coming out on Friday when the market's closed, which is going to be a disaster in itself. The bond market will be open. We'll be able to see what the yields are doing off of it. That'll give us a decent indication of how the overall market's reacting. New 15-minute candle and you got like nothing. Nothing. 5 minutes not going to look pretty on this. That's just bloop, 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 bloop. Nothing. Like you kind of got it here, but this is pre-market, so. NEE is the top XLU holding. We've talked about that one a lot, haven't we? Isn't this like a... That actually looks dirty. This I like. That actually looks really good. I like that. That, all right. We'll see what happens with the NEE. I would play with this. That obviously would be a shares trade, but I would play with that thing if it wanted to get up there. So I mean, then I could get my XLU exposure just through NEE. Still Boeing. Oh my God, Algo. This is what Algo's talking about here before New Year's. Look. Went from freaking 260 to 199. I don't know how you caught that thing, man, but jeez. DUK. Take a look. Also in XLU. Yeah, it's not. I like NEE better, but this one doesn't look bad. It's just not as clean. NEE is cleaner. See, it's just got a cleaner range. That's dirty, man. Good for you. I think the dirtiest in terms of percentages this year, it was probably DraftKings last week. I mean, again, I have had some really insane SPX trades that go really quick, but what else have we had? We've had a lot of them have been in like the 300 to 600% range. I think that's about kind of where we've been. But that, remember, was when I had more time on a lot of those contracts. So those trades, if you had shorter time to expiration with similar risk profile, would have been up multi-thousands of percent. Like AMD was one that I had more time on, and it still was able to make like 300% on it. But if I had swung like 2 weeks out or the weeklies with a little bit of a lower, I mean, yeah, they would have gone a little crazy. So those trades were probably a little bigger or about the same in terms of dollar amount gains, but the biggest percentage gain trade of this year so far has been I think it's been the DraftKings. I'm like 99% sure it was like because when I sold it, again, like obviously it's different between when like I see it at the high of like over 14. I think it actually went up to like 1600%. I just didn't get a picture of it. But I ended up selling the rest of that position between 1,150% and 1,200%. That was about where it was. SPY testing low orb again. How's it testing low orb? It tested low orb. Like if I were to throw it on here like this, it tested it and then came back down. All right, so there's the slip we were looking for. Let's see how dirty this thing wants to get. Might get the entry. Well, it was right there. That was the entry, I think. I don't know. That's dangerous. I don't really like this market here. Low orb is where it opened. You're confusing me. Where's NEE? I kind of want another alert right here on it. Just add to it as it goes. We're gonna have to talk about this, Ralph, because it's interesting to me. I just like if I throw this on SPY and you say low orb, do you see why I'm like what? Low orb is right here, 520.09. You got a nice zone here that you're testing. Oh, ES, yeah, you got it right here. I don't know. This thing that I'm gonna have to play around with because you've sent me some pretty nasty trades using that thing. So I don't know. I'll take a look. I will definitely take a look. 52.70, 150 is what you have for low of day. Yeah. Well, this is 52.70, 175. It's probably right there though. I mean, you're bouncing up a little. Let's see what it wants to do. So I mean, that would have triggered you in with it. So let's see what happens here. You got to flip back above the zone. It's just been, you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 15-minute red candles in a row with the sellers just taking control across the board. Opened at. Yeah, but now you're using this one. Now you're confusing me. It is interesting though that it lines up with the entry with the strategy that I teach you guys. There were some nasty ones last week, some double TPs. Is NEE, what's Tilray doing? Tilray lost it a little. What time is it? Oh, we got 8 minutes left. There we go. Woo! We are 19 likes away from 100. Thank you, team. Let's see if the buyers take this thing here. Oh. Am I going to miss it because I was live with you guys? That's so annoying. That's going to be so annoying. Let me just take a look at something. Let's see. Boeing actually looks interesting. Boeing actually does have that look to it. Kava shot up and then knifed again on the 5-minute. Did it? What are they doing with that thing? Yeah, they did it again. Huh. That's strange. I mean, if this thing comes back up enough, I mean, you could get a short off of this too. New 5-minute candle coming in a minute here. Or sorry, not in a minute, 3 seconds. Let's see what happens with this. New candle. No, I don't like that. I mean, I had that entry at, when I mapped it out, it was around 50 to 72.25. So you're up 2 points right now. About 2 points there. I don't know. Let's see what happens with it. This thing could get dirty to the downside. It's low volume nonsense. Everything about this market makes me want to do nothing. Oops. It's so strange that they're doing that with Kava here. Kava did that a few times last time before it ran. Yeah, I don't remember that. Well, we also caught it perfect. Like, we caught the Kava trade, like, perfectly. Like, I bought this end of day, and then boom. So, I mean, what would you be looking at on this thing here? You'd be looking at this. I don't know. It's your first T. So, where would your risk be? Risk there. TP there. And TP there. That's kind of what you would look at on this thing. So, I don't know. See what happens. Yeah, that's from the low at 345. You got a nice trend up here. Swings have been tough the past couple of weeks. Yeah, they're kind of few and far between, but the ones that are hitting have been really hitting. So, and then your entry is like right here. Right there. So that's what it looks like. Entry, stop, TP1, TP2. Ending of earnings season 2. That is correct. That is correct. That is going to have an effect there as well. What's this at? 50, 62, 63. Okay. It's just so slow. Like, you could be trapped in this trade all day long. And I got stuff I got to do. I can't be sitting here managing stuff all day. I got to talk to some pretty important people. I don't know. We'll see. Very slow day here. Telray only up 3% now. Yeah, I mean, the shares position's looking good. Let's see. You got a minute-ish left on this 15-minute candle. The true break here is going to be if you can get above 52.79.75. You're going to have to fight with 52.80, but if you can get that close, you might be looking all right on this one. It's just such low volume here. Any volume comes in either way. It's if this thing's going to move, which probably won't happen until later in the day. Moving up a little. What is really going to move the market? Powell influence is dead. Yellen isn't a mouthpiece. We won't react to Black Swan. Maybe, man. I don't know. It's probably going to be PCE. It's going to be all data driven, and the market's just going to show just how much it does not care about what the Fed says after the data. Yeah, there have been see, it's just flashing. Everything's just flickering here. You would like to have STV AI? Me too, man. Me too. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I go through the full market every day. Or not every day, sorry. Every weekend. And then as things pop up throughout the week, we kind of go from there. All righty, team. It is 11 a.m. That is going to be wrapping it up for us this morning. Again, I will throw that link in here one last time. If you guys are interested in taking advantage of the 50% off deal on the bundle pack with the Day Trading Mastery course and the Swing Kings course. So if you guys are interested in that, there it is there. One last question you guys had on AMD. I mean, again, this is not something that I would play to the upside or the downside right now. I'm just letting this thing kind of go. ES trade's looking good. If you guys are in it, we'll see what happens if we can get up to that 52.8325 area for that first TP. We will see. But other than that, team, I will see you guys later. We've got Mastermind with you guys tonight. That is going to be awesome. We're going to kind of go through some of the things that we talked about yesterday. We've got more strategies for you guys. And then we're going to finish off the week. So, team, shout out to everybody coming to the streams. Love you guys. Peace.